Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to 876 Digital, your premier broadcast for all things relevant in the Jamaican tech and entrepreneurial spaces. Of course, it's brought to you by our team at JA++, and I am your host, as well as the Chief Marketing Officer, Kareem Panton, joined today by our Chief Executive Officer, Alexander Powell, and our Chief Technical Officer, David Young. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing great.
Great. Happy to be here. Excited to talk about the topic today.
Yeah, so it was actually piggybacking off of what we discussed last week, where we were talking about the advantages, some of the digital strategies and things that can go behind restaurants, why they should be online on more than just social media accounts, how best can they leverage the capabilities of our website. Today, we're doing the same thing, but for our legal counsel, our lawyers. And then for lawyers especially, and I know Alex, you had just said similarly with doctors and dentists potentially, but especially lawyers, they have a little more restriction around their means of advertising, around giving testimonials or being openly supportive of any kind of product or process or anything like that. So advertising in itself for them is a very nebulous space to navigate. But if you want more clients coming in your door, you have to find a way to do that. And the website is the perfect way. So some of the reasons behind it, if you are a lawyer that is specializing, that is a huge thing versus somebody that people might interpret as general counsel. You know, if you're a divorce attorney or something like that, you want that to be your calling card. If that's what you're passionate about, if that's what you have the most success behind, you definitely want that to be on the front page, in the forefront of all of your potential clients' minds, so they can convert from just general leads to, hey, I need legal counsel on this specific issue. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, it gives you much more credibility if you present yourself with a specialty, because a lot of the times persons will have a specific case that needs to be pursued, and you're the perfect fit for it. And it's if they can see you as very credible because you've had this really good track record in this specific area, then you're gonna be the go-to guy or woman for this.
Right. It's always key to make sure that what the prospective client wants match up with exactly what you offer, and displaying your specialty is an easy way to assure them that that's the case.
Yeah, definitely. And people oftentimes almost intuitively might think that leaving themselves seeming more general can pull in more clients, but that's actually not the case. Just last week, I was reading a case about a company in England that for years had been marketing themselves as like a masonry company, something like, I don't know, Blake's Masonry Incorporated, right? And then they finally brought in a digital strategist and, you know, just talk things through, see what's going on. And the first thing he recognized, or she recognized, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it was male or female, the first thing they recognized is that the bulk of their business was coming from people that needed chimney repair in their immediate area, right? Mm-hmm. But when you advertise yourself as just masonry, then you're not getting all those people that want specifically chimney repair, although it seems, you know, I guess less, I don't know, fancy or you know, less sophisticated to say I'm a chimney repairman. But once they change the stem in their name from Blake's Masonry to Blake's Chimney Repair, they started getting so many more clients, because when you have a problem, you're looking for a specific solution. So if I get into legal trouble right now, I'm not just going to type in lawyers in Jamaica or lawyers near me. If I get like a speeding ticket that I want to contest and I need legal advice, or I get into a car accident and I need to take the person to court, I'm going to look for lawyers specializing in car accidents or lawyers specializing in traffic court, that kind of stuff, right? Exactly. Just saying lawyers really won't cut it. That's almost ensures that you fly under the radar versus stay right above it.
All right. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. And then the next thing that a lawyer can be using their website for primarily is, although they themselves can't be, you know, crafting testimonials for services and that kind of stuff that we do, they can collect testimonials from their past clients. You know, it's an incredible thing to be able to say, oh, my firm represented the chief information officer from, I don't know, NEM insurance company in Jamaica, or the police credit union or whatever, something like that, you know? And that's really just helps to bolster your credibility, because now, even if you have like a specialized name behind your firm and you talk about all your specialties, whether it be divorce courts or like corporate law, that kind of thing, now when people look up lawyer, your name is getting tied to all of these big companies. So even if they are approaching it from a general standpoint, you're still being interpreted as more credible than the rest, and more, not even more credible, more accomplished than the rest. And when you're dealing with high-level clients, everybody wants the best lawyer, the best doctor, the best this, the best that. And this is exactly how you show it. So after you wrap a case and your clients say, hey, thank you so much for your work, you approach them and say, hey, can we get a testimonial from you? And you sign their name and their role at the bottom. So we get in trouble. Alex hires us a lawyer. It's the testimonial would say such and such for excellent work and patience, expertise in handling our case. Would definitely recommend Alexander Paul, Chief Executive Officer of JA++ Web Design.
Yeah, one of the most important parts of any website that's trying to sell a product or service is what we call social proof. And what you're describing is exactly falls under that category. Social proof in the form of testimonials, in the form of how many clients you've served, how much billings you've racked up, how much money the firm has brought in, how many cases you've solved, and how much money you've gotten for your clients. That stuff builds up your credibility a lot and encourages people to hit that contact us or start a consultation button on your website and bringing you more business.
Agreed. And testimonials also approximate the type of customer that's using this service, because a lot of times you encounter a business or a service and you're not sure if it's for you, but when you see a testimonial from someone who is just like you or in your position or has a similar background, it raises your confidence that you're in the right place. It approximates word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's kind of that sweet harmony between the quality of testimonial you're getting, i.e. who is saying what, where are they from, and just the quantity. You know, if you can quantify your successes, it's amazing. If you can show that in the past year you had, I really don't know how many cases, major cases lawyers handle in a year, but let's say industry standard is, I don't know, 12, one big case a month, right? And you can show that you did 14 in 2017, that's incredible. You know, most corporate lawyers in Kingston have been shown to save companies between, I don't know, 90 and $100 million. And your firm saved 120 in the past year and a half. That's something else to show.
Yeah, because then you could put a banner on your website that says, hey, we've gotten 20% above the average in Jamaica, and that makes it stand out. And that's something that you can, with our website, it's easy for you to display that kind of thing. Whereas for lawyers especially, it's difficult to put your information out there because of the regulations around that in the field.
Absolutely. And most people, when they're searching for legal advice in particular, they want to know that you're honest, that you're skilled in your field, and that you have a good track record. And a website is one of the #1 ways to get all three of those things across. It's pretty hard to do that in an initial call very quickly, but a website does it perfectly.
Yeah.
Agreed. And then law itself is such a, I have no, nebulous, I think I used that word earlier, but like such a complex. Yeah, a complex space to navigate. So when you get into legal trouble of any form, the bottom line is, unless you're a lawyer, you don't know exactly what to do.
Right. Can I touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah. So we were looking at about the top 10 best lawyer websites on the market right now. Just a blog post that someone put together. We can link it in the description so that you can take a look as well.
Of course.
And something that stood out a lot, and it's something I've seen with even Jamaican lawyer websites as well, is that the frequently asked questions are outlined really well according to category of lawsuit that you might be trying to seek to get done. For instance, for personal injury, lawyers are able to list out on their websites the types of compensation that people can get. They outline the the specific circumstances that could possibly lead to someone having a good case, like something this is actually a lawsuit. And it's questions that a lot of people have because they really don't know. Just like you said, it's a nebulous space that a lot of people don't know how to navigate. They don't know if they have a case. They don't know the kind of compensation they can get. And it really helps to filter down if this is something that you want to pursue. And it kind of leads you to saying, yeah, I do have a case here and I could make X dollars from this and I could be compensated to help with my healthcare and my insurance and my medical bills.
Definitely. Using that same link, we saw step-by-step instructions almost on how to handle each of those individual cases. So they had one for if you experience a traumatic brain injury on the job, or someone you love that experienced a traumatic brain injury on the job. Someone you love was in a motorcycle accident. Somebody you love was bitten by a dog.
Yeah,
and all of these things.
As well.
Yeah, they're so common. And they completely fly under the radar in the minds of most Jamaicans. They think, okay, yeah, let me just go to the police station and file this, or maybe this person just like sped off or whatever, and it never gets handled the way that you actually
that it is.
Yeah.
Like, look at some of these questions. Can I still travel if I'm found guilty? Do I have to go to court again? Do I have to go to my fingerprinting appearance? Just like, these are very detailed things that I just never even think about, and they have answers there.
Yeah, 100%. I can agree with that.
And if I go to a lawyer's website and I read out all these questions, it gives me confidence that they know what they're talking about, and then they're people I'd be wanting to pursue to handle my case for me.
Mm-hmm. So once again, this goes back to the social proof you're talking about, right? Yeah. Sorry, Alex, were you just about to say something?
No, I was going to say one of the key things I noticed when I was going through the list of law firms is that each of them, depending on their specialty, and they just don't list their areas of practice, they create a tone. Right. Whether it's to break the seriousness with a silly type thing, or whether it's to up the seriousness with black and white colors, serious faces. It's very easy because of the diverse ways in which you can display web services or use a website. You can effectively create a tone that reflects an emotional message that you're trying to send to your prospective customer, which is just as important as your statistics and your general social proof. How they feel is often going to determine whether they want to do business with you.
Agreed.
And then there's also something that we see on most websites, not only for lawyers, but also other companies. And that is the ability to really, as going off of what you just said, Alex, present your entire team and elicit that sense of emotion. You know what I mean? In Jamaica, where the Old Boys Association goes back really far, for you to need legal support, hop on a website and see that one of the, head lawyers there is Casey Old Boy or a Wilma's Old Boy, and then you went to Casey or Wilma's too, that's a huge step up for you. It feels almost like that is your way in, and you already feel supported before you actually even reach out. So you can be promoting your staff, you can be promoting the other lawyers there and their individual experiences before they got to your firm. That level of background that can really help build a rapport with a potential client that may feel hesitant about seeking legal advice in general, much less from your firm.
Yeah, same rule. People do business with people they like and trust. An easy way for like and trust is to find things in common. And displaying the background of your team is a quick way to do that.
Yep. I agree 100%, 100%. So I think we touched on a lot. Like there's so much more that we can go into. We spoke about the individual cases they can handle. We spoke about the testimonials, the results that you can present on your own personal website. You can have your phone number right at the top. That's, urging people to just call you. If you offer free consultations, this is the perfect place to put it. Like get them on the phone, see what they're talking about and that kind of stuff. And it can really allow you to be one step ahead of the competition when it comes to your go-to legal advice partner, whether that be for corporate or, personal issues. So yeah, you guys have anything else? We're definitely around closing time now, but I think we did really well with this one. And I'm hoping that the potential clients that we've reached out to about, creating a website for their firms will also be listening and can see exactly how much they can leverage from a service like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the last thing I want to add, because I had this thought while you guys were going back and forth, was that if I can list out the background of the people on my team, I can get into the nitty-gritty of the cases that we've solved. We can get into where we were educated for law school, if we've worked with the government before, the types of cases that we've solved as well. And this can really build up the trust that you have in someone. I'm looking at one right now, and this is so detailed. I can really understand exactly where you're coming from, what you've been through, the cases that you saw, and if you're a right fit for me from this information.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. It's incredible, really, what you can leverage from it. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm hoping this is something that picks up, because legal advice is something that I feel like we all need more of. So yeah,
every law firm should have a website.
No, agreed. Completely agreed at that point. You know, it's the only way to really, or it's the best way to help the public, I'd say. If a client is coming through your door that isn't a fit for you, then, you know, maybe they could have been screened out ahead of time. Or if a client is walking by your office that's a fit for you, they could have been walking into the door. So it's definitely
time and money.
Yeah, exactly. Saves time and money. Saves time and money. In any case, listeners, thank you so much for joining us for another week at 876 Digital. Once again, this was going off of the same digital strategy mainframe that we had, or structure that we had with the restaurants last week. I really like this mini series that we have going on. Maybe we can like formalize it a little more, get a guest or two in here in the future. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll definitely iterate to, you know, please you, the listeners. So once again, thank you for joining us. And this is Kareem Panton and the JA++ team from 876 Digital signing off. See you next week. Take it easy.